But yeah, man. What else is going on? So ASAP Rocky, he really wants all the smoke now. I see. He's like, fuck the big three, nigga. It's ASAP time. He's like, fuck the big three. Shit. Shout out to my baby. So France wants the Statue of Liberty back.
They, what?
They said
They put it in.
they said America does not feel united no more. So give us back our Statue of Liberty.
Big stuff. Wasn't that a gift from them to
That's what I thought.
thank you for the gift. It's ours now. They got the Eiffel Tower. They don't need. Where you gonna put the statue at?
Exactly.
In the damn country.
By the way, Q, I didn't have a chance to watch that video. I'm gonna watch it while I get some rest for work in case you're watching. Shout out to my homeboy Justin. Today's his birthday.
Our two birthdays coming up
Yeah, I know your birthday's coming up too.
next week. Dame is the. I think Dame is the 19th. The 18th or 19th. Homeboy
Okay,
just had one last week.
all y'all April birthdays.
I'm barely. That's the Pisces. He's still in Pisces. Man.
I said all y'all April birthdays.
April,
Yeah, I mean not April. Damn, I'm tripping.
March,
March birthday.
even more.
Mm. Man, this year's going by way fast.
Yep.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Sean Price too.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize his birthday was on St. Patrick's Day. Great.
I was just, I was just listening to Helter Skelter earlier.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Happy St. Patty's Day. I never really got the hype of St. Patrick's Day. I'm gonna be real with you.
The Irish thing, I guess.
People say, "Oh, it's a day you can get drunk." I get drunk every day. Well, let me stop. Almost every day. Almost.
I was. I thought it was every day for you.
You said what?
I thought it was every day for you.
No, no. I cut back
You
slowly.
felt back, really?
Then back in the day, motherfucker used to pinch me because I wasn't wearing green. I used to knock a motherfucker out. I'm like, who the fuck you pinching, motherfucker? That's that white. I think a white person pinched me one time. I think I punched him in the arm or some shit. I don't know. Now you don't know motherfuckers like that. What the fuck you pinching? You don't know motherfuckers like that.
Right?
Yeah, Romeo. I never like going to bars on St. Patrick's Day. It's too packed. There's always some drunk white motherfucker. There's always a fight that's happening and shit like that. I might as well just stay home and watch reality TV.
Stay home, get drunk.
You said what?
Stay home and get drunk.
Right, it's cheaper. I went to some party last weekend and shit. I was trying to get a shot just to be cool and stuff. But they talking about $19 for some Jimmy Dean. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And the party wasn't even that late anyway. It was alright. It was like one of those '90s basement parties and shit. It was a nice vibe and everything, but the DJ was kind of ass.
Yep.
How you gonna be '70s, '80s, '90s, but then you gonna play some shit in the late 2000s? Come on, man.
So I'm confused.
Right, man. It's like that's why I hate going to those fucking parties. If you want to be like a throwback '90s, throwback 2000s, I don't want to hear shit in 2010. I don't want to hear shit in 2011 and shit. And then the biggest sin, this motherfucker wanted to play "Back That Ass Up" before midnight. Everyone knows you gotta play that song after midnight. Because once the girls drink and shit like that, they're gonna want to twerk. They're gonna be the best twerking after midnight. Who the hell's twerking before midnight? Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it? I'm gonna start in about 2 more minutes. Romeo, what's good? I heard Jimmy Dean that drink is nasty. Honestly, almost every alcohol is nasty. But at the same time, you just gotta have that kidney. You gotta have your good liver to stomach that all in and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the nastiest drinks I get drunk from the quickest, low key. But you gotta drink responsibly, folks. Don't be drinking and also you don't remember where the fuck you at. Then you gonna be butt naked in traffic and shit. Watch somebody take you to a homeless shelter. I was about to curse out my postal system because they said some shit was delivered and stuff like that. And I looked in the mailbox, it wasn't delivered. All of a sudden, the mail came mad late. I was like, oh shit. It never used to come this late like that. All right, but let's start this shit. I'm ready whenever you are. What up, motherfuckers? How y'all doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try in the building with me. How you doing, Try? All right, today's album anniversary. We're gonna do Ultra Magnetic MC's Funk Your Head Up. This album came out March 17th, 1992. This came out on Mercury Records and stuff like that. This is an interesting album, to be real with you. This came out 4 years after their first album, Critical Beatdown, which has been regarded as one of the most influential albums of all time, hip hop wise and stuff. I'm gonna say albums of all time because the way how they were using those James Brown break beats and stuff like that, a lot of motherfuckers were trying to duplicate that sound. Not even just hip hop, but R&B, dance music, and everything. So after the release of Critical Beatdown, they kind of took like a little break and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And they were trying to put on their homeboy Tim Dog, which Tim Dog came out with Penicillin on Wax in 1991. Stay tuned on that. And pretty much that album was infamous because of the fact that had the song "Fuck Compton," which a lot of people have often said was like the beginning of the whole East Coast West Coast beef and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much also too, they hired a road manager called DJ JC. They had a backup DJ. He was a backup DJ too. Rodney Roon, he was actually fired at that time because of the fact that he got fired because he was arrested for assault and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Um, so around that time, while they were trying to get their new label and everything like that too, they signed to Mercury. Hip hop was pretty much changing at that time because when they were coming out with Critical Beatdown, hip hop was still pretty much in the street form, but then By this time, you had like a lot more commercial artists. The native tongues was blowing up. You had Salt and Pepper, LL Cool J, all these random cats and stuff like that. And so, pretty much, the Ultramagnetic MCs thought that hip hop was like losing its identity due to the commercialism. Mind you, this was like 1992. They were thinking about this, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, they pretty much was working on this album called Funk Your Head Up. But there was some controversy with this album because, for one, Mercury Records, they hired some outside producers to remix certain tracks and everything to make it more commercial and everything like that too. And this caused like a lot of tension behind the scenes and everything. And it was kind of like a blessing in disguise because some of them, and I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Actually, no, let me get into it right now. But so with this album right here, Funk Your Head Up, this is actually a very dope album. I know a lot of the naysayers want to say this album is trash. I highly disagree with that. It's kind of hard if I like this more than Critical Beatdown or not. I feel like their first three albums are pretty close in quality, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And with this album, they were attacking everything from the native tongues to gangster rap, throwing shots at many people. Songs like fucking MC Champion was dope. This has one of the most underrated diss tracks, Plucking Cards. They were dissing Native Tongues, X Clan, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, Salt and Pepper, Kumo D, and that's just to name a few. Um, Stop Jocking Me, which was like a little chick song and stuff like that. Bust the Facts, where he was throwing shots at Kumo D as well too. He always like to throw shots at Kumo D and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You Ain't Real, which pretty much was like an attack at gangster rap. But to me, the best song they done around this period is not really on this album. They had a song called Papa Large. But see, here's the thing about that song. That song Papa Large was the fact that if you watch the video version, the remix is done by you have an early appearance from the Beat Miners. Yes, that Beat Miners and stuff like that. And they did that beat. I pretty much prefer that version over the album version. You know what I'm saying? Just the way, and that was like, and if you ask me, that version was the beginning of the Cool Keith we know and love today. You know what I'm saying? Just the way how Keith was rapping on that song. Like, honestly, Cool Keith, this whole album was like Cool Keith we know and love today, is because this was more lyrically refined. Cool Keith. He was carrying this album like crazy and everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love this album. We've done a review on this album and stuff like that. What do you think about this album?
Dope. I like Critical Beatdown more, but this is dope. Dope song. Dope album.
I feel you. Now let me ask you this: Funk Your Head Up or the Four Horsemen?
I can't pick. I don't care for
Yeah.
both, so I can't pick.
Hold on, my dad's calling me. Yes, Dad.
Then thanks. It's the 25th, but thanks for thanks for that. And busy.
Sorry about that.
So good.
Yeah. Pops had to let me know about something. But yeah, man, it's hard to pick between those two if you ask me, because I feel like Four Horsemen was a bit more gangster. They went a bit more gangster with that one because that was like supposed to be their Back to Basics album. But yeah, man, dope. Anything but the last album, I can't listen to Best Kept Secret. All right, so the Billboard chart anniversary. This time I'm taking it to the 20 teens. I think this is the first time I'm taking it to the 20 teens, but fuck it. We're gonna do best rap albums from 2014, the week of March 15th. I'm gonna just do the top 10 because a lot of these albums were trash. Um, Number 10, we got B.O.B. Underground Luxury, trash. Number 9, we got Juicy J Stay Trippy, eh, a little decent, a little overrated if you ask me, but I like that old 3-6 sound. Number 8, Jay Z's Magna Carta Holy Grail. Uh, okay production. That's pretty much what I liked about the album. Number 7, Yo Gotti I Am, trash. Number 6, Childish Gambino Because the Internet. Very underrated album, if you ask me. I feel like people forget about this once Awaken My Love came out. Number 5, Kid Ink, My Own Lane. Never heard and never interested. Number number 4, hold on. Number 6, excuse me, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, A Heist. Overrated. Number 5, Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. I mean, classic, of course. Number 4, Drake, Nothing Was the Same. He chose the right title for his career now. Um, number 3, number 3, Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP2. Solid album. Not even gonna hold you. Some of the beats was kind of whack, but fuck it. Number 2, Kid Cudi, Satellite Flight, The Journey to Mother Moon. Trash. And number 1, enjoying his first week as number 1, Schoolboy Q with Oxymoron, which is a very dope album. That's actually one of my first reviews I've done on this
That's my
channel.
favorite.
To me, that and Blank Face LP are my favorites. I know you don't care for Blank Face like that.
I mean, I don't know. It's been years since I heard that one.
I feel you. All right, now to the main show. We're going to talk about probably the most abstractual hip hop album of all time. Digable Planets, Reaching a New Refutation of Time and Space. This album came out February 9th, 1993. It came out on Pendulum Records, which was under Elektra. Digable Planets consists of members Butterfly, Doodlebug, and Ladybug. This is actually their first album. I know years before I've done a review on Blowout Comb. That was like years. I think that was a solo review. I've actually done it too. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I might do a review with Try just to get Try's thoughts.
I
Maybe.
thought we did that already. We didn't do that.
Wait, did we do that together? Hold
I
on.
thought we did.
We might have done. You're probably right about that. You're probably right. Yeah. I'll double check. I'll double check. But just in case, how did you get into Diggable Planets? If you don't mind me asking.
When the song came out, um, the song was everywhere. When Rebirth the Slate came out, and the video, and I think MTV, played it like 20 million times a day when that came out. Radio played it. I remember going to get it on cassette and just being a freshman in high school and listening to this shit. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like I know it was jazz rap. I get that part, and but the shit, like the lyrics they actually saying on this shit, the shit just went over my head. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm not understanding what they saying. You know what I'm saying? It was very like reminiscent of when De La first came out, and they was saying a lot of shit that was abstract, and that shit went over my head. And
Right.
I didn't play the album much. Like I really didn't, because it just turned me off about the shit that like this is a time in '93 when Onyx first comes out and Lords of the Underground. The youngsters came out with their second album. LL was coming back harder, and I was like, they were planets. What the fuck are y'all saying? What is this shit? Spoon units and nickel bags and
Beat that
that
chocolate.
shit. And the thing is, like they were from here. Like I'm like niggas here was not talking like that in Brooklyn. So I didn't understand where they were getting their lingo from. You know what I mean? And it just really turned me off from that album. The second album to me was a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the production on that, and they just sounded on that album that you can understand what they were saying. So this one, it was just I don't know what they were talking about, and they mentioning bugs and insects. I'm like, what? What is this? You know what I mean? So I
I
remember
can
when they
picture
were out and they were huge, and they got the Grammys for Rebirth the Slick. They were performing everywhere. Um, I think it was Doodlebug that he had lived in Brooklyn. He had lived like downtown Brooklyn. Like when I used to go to school there, he was like in that area, Fort Greene or whatever. And I remember Ladybug. Ladybug used to follow me on Instagram like a couple years ago. But I didn't, after the second album, after was that '94? After '94, I didn't really. I know they had broke it up and they went their separate ways, and Ladybug put out some solo stuff, and Butterfly was doing his own thing. Everybody was doing their own thing, but I didn't check for none of the solo stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's actually, I want to say yeah, I'm in a group chat with him. I want to say he's still in the group chat with us.
oh wow.
Um, which one is it? Is it the NBA? I think it's the NBA one because he's like a huge NBA fan. Doodlebug I'm talking about, and I'm in an NBA group chat, and he was in there, and we was just talking about like ball and all that. So I want to say he's still in there. I gotta check. I haven't seen him post anything in a minute, but like somebody in the group chat like is real cool with him. So that's how he got in the group chat with us and talking sports and all that. You know what I mean? But I felt like if they had continued to come out with stuff, they would have been a lot bigger in the late '90s and 2000s. Like it's like when we look at the Fugees, people just remember the Fugees. Two men and a woman, and you saw how the Fugees blew up with their second album. But I think Double Planets really was before them, and they had early success, and then it's like they just go back for the second one. You know what I mean? But I know they back together now. They're doing like shows and stuff. It would be nice for them to drop some new music, But this album is, I don't know, it's not for everybody's taste. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you were from that time and you remember all the hardcore shit that was coming out. You know what I'm saying? And then you hear this album, it's like, what is this? Like, I'm listening to fucking Doggy Style, and when you hear this album, it's completely different. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely an acquired taste. Jerry, what up? Salute.
Hey man, what's up? Oh, let me also send this to your friend too. I forgot.
Yeah, shout out to Nick. Nick just put out a Jadakiss video today.
Yeah, I need to invite him on his channel sometime though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean,
oh
I
sorry,
don't
go
know.
ahead.
Is this even listening to it now? Like, this is really the first time since '93 since I heard the album, and I still feel the same way about it. I thought my feelings would change, and it's like I'm like, what the fuck? What were they on when they were doing this shit? They were definitely on some shit. I don't know if they were inspired. It seemed like they were inspired by native tongues, like the
Yeah,
sound of it, like this real
we'll
bass
definitely.
heavy, it's real
Yeah,
jazzy. You know what I'm saying? But like looking at the lyrics, I'm like, what was they saying? Like none of this shit made sense.
I'm so glad you mentioned native tongue because we're definitely going to talk about the native tongues on this episode too. Because
You know what I mean? I never bought it again. Like once I had it on cassette, and when I had sold my cassette collection, I never bought it on vinyl or CDs. It's like the first time since '93 that I'm listening to this album again, and I still feel the same way about it.
okay, interesting, interesting. To me, I got into them. VH1 had their 100 greatest songs, of hip hop and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And first of all, it was a trash ass list. I think I might have to react to that list one day because that was a trash ass list and stuff. That list actually got a lot of controversy, but
Well,
that's
listen.
besides the. Back in 2008, VH1 had the top 100 greatest songs of hip hop and everything.
Oh, and they had that number one.
This was like number 64, 64. Yeah.
Oh, 64. Wow.
I've seen it play
Mm-hmm.
70, 60. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we'll talk about the impact, but I love this sound because I loved that whole poetry, that spoken word kind of flow and everything. And I wasn't immediately a fan of Digable Planets right just yet. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like honestly like they were just one of those one hit wonder groups that they were just known for that and everything. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much I got into them. I like their sound, but I didn't really become a fan until I heard this second album. And if you guys remember my if you guys remember the review we done on that one and stuff like that too, you'll know how much I loved how groundbreaking the album was, especially when it came to like political a lot of political hip hop, a lot of conscious hip hop that came out in the late 2000s, 20 teens and everything like Pimp a Butterfly and things of that nature. Rap City's Layla's Wisdom album. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Digable Plans are one of the agree with me or not, one of the greatest groups in hip hop history. And I remember I had a discussion with somebody. I said Digable Planets or the Fugees. And honestly, I'm gonna be real. I said Digable Planets because Fugees had that Blown on Reality album. I can listen to this album over Blown on Reality. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Oh, easily. It's a better album.
I'm sorry. I all y'all Lone Hill stands, y'all can get at me and shit like that.
I
But
mean, they only had at least two or three songs that were listenable for me on Monday. You know what I'm
you
saying?
said
They
yeah,
only had two, like the Nappy Heads remix and Vocab. You know, they picked the right singles, but it just wasn't enough, and people shitted on that album.
yeah. I hear your point. 'Cause that album was bad
Yeah,
for because y'all act like the Fugees was just like the untouchable group
hmm
in hip hop. Just like no, 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 no. Y'all, we all have to remember. Not every hip hop debut is a classic. Let's stop that.
they
Let's
had
stop.
they had Booth Bath as their first single. Just remember that.
Right, that part. But yeah, man. I feel like they were definitely ahead of their time in terms of lyricism and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
like I said, for those before I go on, you guys know I gotta show my sources. A lot of the information about the making of this album is gonna come from this classic book I keep showing out. They should whoever made this, Brian Coleman, should pay me as a sponsor because
yeah,
the many as many hip hop albums have I showed from this.
right.
Yeah, check the technique, but I prefer the second one because the first one they skipped certain hip hop tracks on the first one, but that was a big controversy with that. So like Digable Planets, they pretty much was living up in Philadelphia and everything like that too. And what's his name? Butterfly, Butterfly and Doodlebug met in Philly. You know what I'm saying? They had a love for hip hop and everything. You know what I'm saying? They started out writing rhymes to like Rappers to Life and Digable Planets and shit like that too. But it wasn't really until they heard and this is not gonna be a surprise to many people, but De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising. They
Hmm.
heard that and they immediately became influenced by that shit. You know what I'm saying? And what I did not know was like Butterfly's father was a Black Panther. I didn't know that shit and whatnot too. That was very interesting. You know what I'm saying? So they got together and everything. They started recording demos. Ladybug. They met Ladybug and stuff like that while they were attending Howard University and stuff. Now you know what I'm saying because Butterfly or Doodlebug they had a group called the Dread Poet Society and everything like that. And Ladybug, she pretty much joined the group around '89 and shit like that too. And then that's when they started doing their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what ended up happening was the fact that they were doing a lot of shopping around. Were doing some recording and everything like that too until they got a hold of like Pendulum Records. Now, at that time, Pendulum Records was like pretty much under Electro Records. That's like hip hop, the hip hop counterpart, the hip hop subsidiary of Electra. Because Electro Records was at that time known for more the rock stuff, more R&B stuff. Pendulum had artists like Lords of the Underground and shit like that, the Boogie Monsters. Hell, even Melissa Morgan was on Pendulum at one point and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So they pretty much was like doing this shit and everything, and it got to the point, they liked the sound, they got them a deal, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? So that's when they came out with this fucking album right here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second.
Did you mention who Butterfly's baby mother is?
I know I'm gonna be kicking myself, but who is it?
Coco from SWV.
Her baby mother?
That's his baby mother. The son that you see her like singing with, that's his father. That's his son.
Oh wow. Okay, that's dope. Yeah, man. So this is the album cover right here. Pretty much has like them kind of like in a planet, like them growing out the roots and everything like that too, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I love how the CD looks and shit. That shit fire. So as you can see, they don't have no lyrics. They don't have no lyrics and shit like that. You would think that a group as abstractual as them, they would have lyrics in the booklet. But one thing I did like about this was the fact that um they had a thing in the line notes called samples used by permission and stuff like that too. Kind of makes me wonder what samples weren't used by permission, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. Um, so yeah, man, this album got 14 tracks and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna get started with the first song called "It's Good to Be Here." Nice way to kick off the album and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love that smooth instrumental. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about the arrival to the planet Earth and shit like that. They feel blessed that they're about to conquer the mic and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So I actually like this song. This is a nice way to kick off the song.
Yeah, it was good. It was melodic. I love the beat for this. It was the bass line. Everybody was doing their thing on here. They had no intro. They just went straight to the music. You know, it's one of my favorites. I like it, just the way that it sounds. It just sounds real smooth and melodic.
Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely one of the more smoother tracks on the album and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Track number two, Pacifics. So this is actually part of the soundtrack to the movie And Why is Red Hot and everything like that too, which I've never seen that movie. I've never seen that movie and shit like that.
What movie is that?
And
Is that like something to do with the AIDS epidemic at that time?
I guess so. I think
Mhm.
you're right. Yeah, because Red Hot, AIDS, that all goes well
Yeah.
together and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So this is pretty much a Butterfly solo track and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about the adventures of the environment in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope song right here. I love the beat to this one and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Butterfly. I mean, not butterfly. Doodlebug and Ladybug. They appear in the core, or not in the second verse, like spoken interludes and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I like the line when Butterfly said, "Wake up praying that the game's on. Maybe it's the running Rebs. Maybe okay, Rap Genius. Maybe it's the Knicks. Maybe it's a rerun of an old TV show like Hawaii Five or Karate Flicks. Maybe if the phone rings, Butterfly will take wings, speaking on some cool things, fronting like I cope. Born into flat ground, now I'm chilling shaky ground, reaching for Pacific Heights. Sunday is my rope. You know what I'm saying? I love that rhyme scheme he was doing and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, this was pretty dope. I like this one.
Yeah, I like the beat for this. You know, that's definitely a banger. You know, but if I did just name,
Yeah, definitely. Um, Give me 1 second. My laptop wants to fuck up as usual. It was Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Track number three, "Where I'm From." One of my favorite songs they've ever done, in my opinion, and stuff like that. Using a dope ass sample from Casey and the Sunshine Band. You know what I'm saying? Which also has been used by DJ Quick. You know what I'm saying? Just letting y'all know. This one was very dope. I love the vibe to this one. That da. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. This pretty much was a dope ass song right here. Just a feel good kind of song. You know what I'm saying? But the remix,
yes,
ooh,
the remix of my shit.
ooh, the remix could have kicked this one ass a bit times
Yeah,
and shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But yeah, that's my thoughts on that one.
remix. I prefer the remix. You know, it's the beat for that was better. The video where they like it's black and white, they in the snow.
Yes,
You know what I mean, that was they should have the remix on here. You know what I'm saying, the remix
I
is my
agree.
favorite.
Yeah, that remix, one of the most underrated remixes in hip hop history, if you ask me.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, moving on, we're gonna go into the next song called "What Cool Breezes Do." We're getting some to the abstractual shit here and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This song right here was a pretty dope song. I love the samples that they used for this one, the Eddie Harris sample and that Crusader sample and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? This song was their version of Ice Cube's "It Was a Good Day." If you ask
Really,
me, you know what I'm saying. If you bear with me, because I'm trying, I'm trying so hard with these lyrics, y'all. I'm really trying so hard with these lyrics, but
I told you.
because mind you, I'm not even writing no notes for this album.
Mhm.
I'm not even writing no notes for this album and shit. You know.
Yeah, I
Well,
just
mind you, I didn't have time to write notes because I was busy
I
working.
ain't write too much shit. I just thought the lyrics they sounded stupid. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah,
beyond
man.
spoken
So
word. These niggas is talking about
I
insects and
actually
bugs in they
go ahead.
rhyme.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
Oh my god. Yeah, man. So what's his name? What's his name? I love Ladybug's verse and stuff like that. She said something like leaves fumble, falling down, wind blowing around, dig the layer change, the funkifying sound. They always love saying the funkifying sound. They always love saying that shit. That's
right,
like their catchphrase. I noticed that.
right.
Mecca the ladybug changing like seasons. Moves I be seeing, changes life's reasons. It kind of reminds me of seasons change, mad things rearrange. Kind of reminds me of that low key. Maybe Lauren was influenced by this scheme. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you never know. Maybe you never know. You never know.
Yep.
But this is one of my favorite tracks on the album. Low key, I ain't gonna hold you.
Do the bug. He said, bugs black spots where hip hop be the norm. If Capri is the kid, the floor is getting full. I have no idea what the fuck that means. None. You know what I'm saying? Like this is my issue with the album lyrically. It's like I don't the shit that they was saying. I mean, even if it's spoken word, it didn't make sense to me. And I've heard spoken word where the shit actually
it's
makes sense. A lot of their lyrics on here did not make sense.
it's like if Denise Huxtable, Shaza from Different World, and Dwayne formed a hip hop group together.
Mhm. You're right. Where y'all going with this?
Oh my goodness
You
Christ,
know?
yo! Like I said, I'm trying so hard with so I love Digable, but I'm trying so hard with these. Like they try to be at least with Q-Tip when Q-Tip went abstractual, you
Yeah.
knew exactly because
He knew what he
Five
was
came
saying.
out with that straightforward. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He is being too abstract, you could lose the listener. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what they were doing with this album.
Yeah, I feel like the label just said, just drop this one single and stuff
Yeah,
like
that one that makes sense to people.
that. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, that's all you have to say about Cool Breezes.
I mean, I love the like I said, I love the production. The beat was fire. Love it. It was banging, bass heavy. You know,
All right. Next song is called "Time and Space: A New Refutation of." So they got the title. Excuse me. They got the title from a an essay from author Jorge Luis Borges and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? This is actually a pretty dope song and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, very, 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 very psychedelic, futuristic, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this one was not bad. I like this one.
beat was fire. Love the beat. Love the beat for this.
Yeah. Now, this the song right here that everybody loves from them, including myself. Um, Rebirth of Slick, Cool Like That. It's no surprise. This is their signature song. This song pretty much got them a Grammy for Best Rap Performance at the 36 Grammy Awards and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, this is like one of the earliest entries, and they pretty much beat Arrested Development's Revolution, dope song,
Yeah,
Cypress Hill, Insane in the Brain,
crazy.
classic, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, Nothing But a G Thing,
That should have won.
and you can say that, and Naughty by Nature, Hip Hop Array. I feel like this is a tough category.
That should have won too.
Like honestly, any of these songs could have easily won. Even that Arrested Development song Revolution, that was from
Yeah,
that
Malcolm
Malcolm
X.
X soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah. But the rest of it, they already won the year before with Tennessee, but that's besides the point. And you know how I say I have to give much love to this book? They didn't talk about this track in this Check the Technique book, which is kind of interesting because you would think the signature track and the biggest hit single, you would think that they would easily talk about. But I think they got tired of that song. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? 'Cause that song has been talked about to death. But very dope song. This song right here, you can tell they were definitely influenced by Tribe with this one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just the usage of impeach the president alone. One of my favorite usages of that sample. I mean, I love the way Butterfly kicks off the song. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this nigga was like, we like the breeze flow straight up at the lids. Them like a move by the hard rock Brooklyn kids. Us floor rush when the DJ's booming classic. You dig the crew on the fattest hip hop records. He touch the kinks and sinks into the sound. She frequents the fattest joints cut underground. I love the line he also gave love, the shout out to Miles Davis and shit. The pooba up the sounds like Miles and shit, like 60 funky worms and waves and perm, just sending junky rhyme rhythms right down your block. We be to rap, what key be to lock, but I'm cool like that.
Cool.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And it's crazy too because I loved when in Living Color, somehow, some way I'm always gonna mention Living Color. In Living Color, they did a parody with they called it the Undigable Host. They had Whoopi Goldberg, Crystal playing Whoopi Goldberg, Jamie Foxx playing Arsenio, and Jim Carrey playing Jay Leno and stuff like that. That was around the time they had the whole late night host beef and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, very, very, very funny period sketch. If y'all can find it on YouTube, you know what I'm saying. But this is like one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. Dare I say, is probably my favorite track on this album.
When you have a big hit like this that people know you for, that that hit could take you a long way. You know what I'm saying? Like there's artists that have one hit and they still touring with that one hit. Rick Astley, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They still touring off of that one
Rob,
song.
Rob,
Right, Rob Bass. Right? They were planets. They were on the Tamron Hall show last year performing this song. This is the song that they're known for. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. It's like sometimes as an artist, you might have multiple hits. Sometimes you might have that one hit that everybody knows worldwide. This is their worldwide hit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if they perform anything else, unless you're like a true hip hop head, you're not gonna know it. For the casual fan, they're gonna know this song and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember them in 1993. This is the song that will they can tour for forever." You know what I'm saying? It was a huge hit.
Right.
You know, it's recognizable. The chorus, I'm cool like that. I'm chill like that. You know, what is Doodlebug said? Me, I got crew, son, seventh in the crescent. You know what I'm saying? And nobody knew what the fuck he was talking about, but it just sounded dope. You know what I mean? And it's just a smooth, cool ass hip hop record. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they won the Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Because it crossed over the mainstream. People loved it, and they didn't necessarily have to listen to the whole album. But once this song came on, they knew it, and that's just what it is. So they can tour for it. They can hate it all they want. This is a song that they can tour off of forever.
I agree with you. Give me 1 second. Yeah, because me personally, I don't really think they're one hit wonders like that. Because they also have some other hits in the hip hop, like where I'm hip hop, like where I'm from. But the
Yeah,
pop
but
community. Oh, I'm
they got
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, but it's like when you see them if you look at any show they were on and shit, they don't nobody asks them to get on their show to do Where I'm From or Nickelback. They ask them to do Rebirth the Slick because people loved it universally. It's a universal song that's recognizable that when you have those recognizable songs like the Nappy Heads remix from the Fugees, everybody knows that song. They didn't have to listen to Blending on Reality, but once that remix came on, they knew that song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like even if let's say the Fugees came out with the score and the score was whack too, they still could tour forever off of Nappy Head's remix. That's how big it was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna have those songs where in any genre where people don't know the rest of the album, but they know that one song from you.
Yeah, you
That's
do got
their
a point.
that's their hit. That is their signature song. Like it or not, that is their signature song.
You do got a point. All right. Excuse me. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next song, which is the last of the Spidiox. I'm always okay. So pretty much with this song right here, from what I looked up, Spidioc is pretty much an old term that's supposed to describe a jazz head and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Nice way to follow up Rebirth of Slick. You know what I'm saying? Because if I would have not looked up what a Spidioc is, I would have asked why was this after Rebirth of Slick. But now I get it now. You know what I'm saying? Butterfly again is doing his thing on the trumpet loop and everything like that too. What I got from this song, it's like they're showing their love for jazz and hip hop and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, songs like Gangstar's Jazz Thing, Tribe Called Quest Jazz We've Got, again, mentioning native tongues again. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy. Jazz We've Got, it falls in the same vein as that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely love this record right here. Yeah, man, I definitely love this record. Could I see this song as a single? Nah.
I like the beat. I don't know what the hell he talking about on here, but I like the beat.
Wow, try so you try you funny as hell. So you didn't know what a spidioc or whatever that
No,
was?
we
You
didn't
know.
we didn't talk like that in Brooklyn. The fuck is that? Sound like some shit you see on the Jetsons, and they mention that. You know,
Shit. Sound like some shit I would hear from Dobie Gillis or some shit.
yeah, a spitty yacht. What? The Star
Oh
Trek shit.
God.
What is this?
Okay. Next song, Jimmy Diggin' Cats. Um, Yo, they really laid the jazz thick with this album and shit, boy. Ah, Lord have mercy. But I love this record. This might next to Rebirth. This might be my favorite song on this album. You know what I'm saying? First of all, the way they flipped, the way they flipped, some of damn. Well, I'm just gonna read some of Madness
Yeah,
from Cool in the Game.
yeah.
One of the best flips on that sample I've ever heard. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? I mean, mind you, this was a year or two after Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince came out with Summer, Summer, Summertime.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is like one of the best flips I've ever seen from this motherfucking sample. But yeah, man, with this song right here and stuff like that too, um, I'm doing my best with some of these lyrics and shit like that. So they called it Jimmy Digging Cats. Cause I think it was supposed to paid homage to Jimi Hendrix.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which was of course one of their influences. From what I looked up about this song, they were trying to get a sample of Jimi Hendrix talking, like an interview of Jimi Hendrix and shit like that. But of course, they couldn't get sample clearance on that. So the male that you guys hear talking on the record and stuff like that is pretty much just, I think, like either Butterfly or Doodlebug, one of them cats, or some shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But this was definitely a dope track right here. Um, one of my favorite songs from this album, sampling one of my favorite songs for one of my favorite albums from that particular group. You know what I'm saying? So what more can you say? It's a classic.
I love the Summer Madness. I think everybody that I've heard use that sample that record has done great with it. So
Right.
totally forgot they sampled that record, and it fits with the album with the sound of it. And I thought it was a dope song.
Yeah, it's definitely a dope song and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I kind of wonder how that Jimi Hendrix sample would be if they actually did it. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, yes. No lie. Off topic. I love the smell of old Pokemon cards and shit. I don't know about you, but that's off topic.
I never collected Pokemon cards, so I can't speak. You know.
Sometimes I just like to smell the old material, the old trading. I don't know, man.
Okay.
I'm weird. I'm weird like that. Next song. Now, Jimmy Dick and Cats might be my second favorite song on the album, but La Famille Fatale. Ooh, nigga, this might be their most underrated song on this album.
Okay.
It's crazy because they actually use a Jimi Hendrix sample on this track right here.
Mhm.
They actually use a Jimi Hendrix sample on this one. Um, so this one I remember Ladybug talking about this track on the unsung episode that they've done, which is a very nice unsung you guys have to watch. They were talking about a girl who had an abortion, and this was pretty much a taboo topic for the time too. You know, this was years before Common had that song on the One Day It Will Make Sense album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? My third favorite song on this album and shit like that too. Oh, I didn't even talk about the producers. Give me one second. Hold on. One of my first third favorite song, and I feel like this song is definitely one of the one of the songs that definitely laid the foundation to blow out Cone with the socially conscious tone that they use on this album and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I love the line when they say, give me one second. Well, I realize it's just one full verse. Okay. Wow. They had a line where they say, but due to our youth and economic state, we wish to terminate. About this, we don't feel great, but baby, that's how it is. But the feds have dissed me. They ignored and dismissed me. The pro-lifers harassed me outside the clinic and called me a murderer. Now that's hate. And that shit is really real and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate bringing race. I always hate bringing race into this, but when certain women outside of our color want to get an abortion and stuff like that too, they get like when they like the white woman, they get, oh, it's going to be okay, but some people like people of color, they always have it more rougher and stuff like that too. Now I've never been pregnant, so I don't even know what it's like to have a kid. Just being real, but I'm just speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? So this song definitely was one of my favorites that they've ever done, and I'm so proud that they've done a song like this.
Yeah, I thought the track was cool. I wish it would have been more understandable lyrically to get what the hell they meant. You know what I'm saying? But I like the beat. The beat was fire.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Next song we got is "Escapism Getting Free." You know what I'm saying? Another interesting trivia about this song. Originally, they were trying to sample Parliament's P Funk Wants to Get Funked Up on the Hook. One of my favorite Parliament songs he's ever done, but they couldn't clear that sample. Hell, it's funny, it's crazy because a lot of motherfuckers were sampling George Clinton without even paying the motherfucker. So that's all I'm gonna say on that one. You know what I'm saying? But right, including some of your favorite ones. But anyway, like they motherfucker want to take pictures with him, talk about his idol. Yeah, I don't pay the motherfucker for the sample.
Right?
But yeah, this one I love this one. This one should have been a single and stuff like that. I don't know why it wasn't a single, but this one should have been a single. It has that frivolous kind of tone to it and everything like that. So you know what I'm saying. So I like it.
Yeah, I like the beat. Beat was dope.
I'm just saying, don't get me wrong. I love hip hop, but it be killing me when these motherfuckers take pictures of the motherfucker they sample from. They don't even pay the motherfucker and shit.
Right.
Shit. Anyway, next song is Appointment at the Fat Clinic. My least favorite song on this album, Keep It a Buck with You. You know what I'm saying? This one, they try to be some De La Soul kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, lyrically, it's pretty much what you're gonna get from the it's pretty much what you're gonna get from the previous songs and stuff like that. But um it's funny too because Doodlebug was supposed to have had a verse on the song, but they say he was too fucked up.
He was too fucked up.
He was too fucked up from partying. So
Wow.
yeah, I didn't really care for this song to be real.
I love the beat for this. Like it was bass heavy. The drums were knocking on here. Again, like if you give me like the whole instrumental for this album, I'll bump the whole instrumental album without the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even pay attention to what he was saying. Like the just beat was just fire.
Come on, man. The song has some heat. The album has some heat. But I respect your opinion. Shit. All right. Next song we got is Nickel Bags. Now, I thought they were talking about weed on this
I
track right
thought so
here.
too, because that's what we called the nickel bags at that time. That's what we called the weed bags at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if it ain't about that, what the fuck is it about? Again, this is what I'm talking about. What is it
Pretty
about?
much
Why did you name the song Nickel Bags? It's not about nickel bags.
I'm gonna explain. Let me explain. So they called it Nickelback because they're comparing music to herbal medicine. They compare music to drugs. And well, excuse me, because weed is not a drug. You know what I'm saying?
Not
They
anymore.
comparing it.
It
No,
is
it was
legal in
really,
some states. You know.
it really was not a drug. That's just the Republicans trying to make people think that.
Uh,
They saw what Reagan was talking about. They try to go from what Reagan was talking about.
right.
I blame Reagan. I blame Reagan honestly. But look at me getting political. Anyway, so yeah, man. So this one right here, I actually like this song. I'm not like a diehard fan of this record right here. Keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's a nice little song to vibe to. You know what I'm saying? It kind of has a Far Side feel to it. You know what I'm saying? A Far Side feel to it, and it's ironic because Far Side came out with a lot of weed songs like Splatorium, Pack the Pipe.
I love
Love
that.
that record, shit like that. Ooh, that's that's another album you can come. Let me ask you, okay, Bizarre Ride or this album? Then
Well, Lab Cab,
no, the Far Side's first album or Digable Planet's first album.
I got to go with Far Side. because
Same.
I understand what the fuck they were saying on there. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
just made more sense. You know, the production was good.
yeah, Far Side. I'm sorry, that's my favorite Far Side album and shit too. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what no one say. Um, next record. Oh, did you already say
I
your
want to
something?
say one lyric that I kind of understand from
Kind of.
Butterfly. You know, he said the big, the fat, the cool cats, the psychedelic soul puts the planets on the map. That just sounds like it goes. I understand what he's saying with that line. I love the
Yes.
beat. The beat was fired. You know, the flutes on it. They got a video for this as well. Like they did it. It looked like they did it in the summertime for that year. Yeah, I like this song. It's like one of my favorites on here.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Then we're gonna go into Swoon Units. Now, this was a song. I admit my appreciation of this song grew. My appreciation of the song grew more after I heard this album when I was listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Because this song they openly admitted that they tried to make their own version of De La Soul's Buddy. It was still with this one and stuff like that too. Talking about celebrating all the beautiful women, which they call swoon units. Cause I was like, what the fuck is a swoon unit and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? So pretty much to be technical, this is like their me mentioning Tribe again, Bonita Applebaum mixed in with De La Soul's Buddy with a little bit of touches of Queen Latifah's Ladies First.
Right.
I know it sounds complicated. Ashley!
Ashley's here. Oh shit, what you been?
Yes, Ashley! How you doing? So
Wow.
yeah, Digable Planets is attracting everybody and shit. But yeah, man, this song right here was pretty interesting and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? And I do like Butterfly. Butterfly did his thing on this one. So yeah, this was pretty dope.
I like the beat. I don't know what a swoon unit is. I wish they had told us. But
I just told you it meant beautiful woman.
swoon units?
Yeah, beautiful woman.
Who
That's what
talks
that's
like
what
that? Who? Come on, niggas is not saying that shit in '93.
oh, shit. Yo, look at that Soon unit over there.
Yeah, it's like what?
Oh my
Come on.
goodness. Oh geez. She said she's on break from work. Hey, listen, I'm doing this before I get some rest for work. I just got off my first side job and shit like that. So yeah. But yeah, look at that. Look at that fine Soon unit over there.
What?
oh my goodness. Cause at first I thought it was talking about some hospital kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause it was just like, you think unit, you think okay, hospital, police or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. What's up,
No.
Dark Mouse? You said, oh, okay, I can actually understand this. The perspective of insects is brilliant. Yes, it is.
If
So
I
you
want
like
to
the
hear
song?
space, if I want to hear spaced out shit, I listen to Cool Keith.
That's the closest cool Keith compliment I've ever heard you say.
He's good.
Hmm. Ashley said she's on break from work. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. All right, and soon unit. I'm gonna ask my dad. I'm gonna ask my dad. Did he hear people say soon unit back in the
In the
day? Because
'70s, I don't think they spoke like that.
you never know. Because these niggas was so. I thought Camp Low was so deep in the '70s. These niggas took it to a whole nother level and shit.
Yeah, but we
Oh my.
understood what Camp Lo was saying. They wasn't saying no shit like that.
Hey. Nah, I didn't understand everything Camp Low was saying. Hold up, man. Camp Low was talking about chicky chicky lucky lucky. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, okay. See, the same way you think about this album is the
Mhm.
same way I think about Uptown Saturday Night. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, I like the album, but I
Mhm.
feel like it's slightly overrated. I hate to say it, slightly, because there were on some other shit. Like I understood Sparkle,
Mhm.
I understood other shit, but when they would get into that dicky ducky yucky lucky that kind of shit, I'm just like,
But
okay,
their whole aesthetic is the '70s era though. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that they dressed and the way that they spoke.
I know. Digable Planet's whole aesthetic was late '60s, early '70s and shit.
That shit didn't work. I'm sorry. That shit did not work. Not in 1993 when you got all this other hard shit out and you all coming with some sickly shit.
Like,
What?
but we can. Oh, go. I'm sorry.
Like what? When you not, bro? When you have back the fuck up and here come the lords and doggy style and enter the 36 chambers, midnight marauders, and this is what you hit us with this 60 shit
Well, let me ask you this though. Can we also say the same thing about the Chronic and Doggy Style? Didn't they also have a '70s aesthetic to it? You know what I'm
in
saying?
terms
I'm
of
just
what the sound of it, not how they were speaking.
the sound, maybe a little bit of lyrics and shit, like the style of it all. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody knew
Because
what when Dre said bitches ain't shit, we all knew what he meant. He didn't
I
say
know.
he didn't say bitches ain't swoon units. Like what? Come on, man. They were
Because
just doing a little bit too much with this album.
you can say Dre and Snoop was had a style where they were like if Dolomite was a rapper back in the '70s, he would have dropped the Chronic and shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but we knew what he was talking about. We knew about the Chronic. We knew what they was talking about. We knew what to expect. This album, you turn this album. If a 13-year-old turn this album on now in 2025, they don't know what the fuck they listening to.
I'm seriously gonna ask my dad. Did they say swoon units back in the day? I'm seriously gonna ask him this shit because now I'm gonna start saying that shit. Whatever, you sexy swoon unit. Maybe I might get slapped. Maybe I might.
Yeah, I see a slap coming for sure,
He's like,
for
what
sure.
you call me? Swoon unit. Mm. Anyway, and the last song on this album is called "The Examination of What." Again, Tribe Called Quest had a song called "What" from Low End Theory.
Right. Yep.
However, however, this
Uh,
one didn't highly take the Tribe Called Quest concept and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Butterfly was talking about a lot of social stuff again, which is a leading stone to the next
I,
album.
I
You
would
said
love
what?
to I would love to get Ashley's perspective on this because she said she heard it in high school and she still got the albums. Now, see, I had the album and I got rid of it because I didn't. It's just something I wasn't playing this album often. Just the lyrics that they were doing just really turned me off. I love the production, but I'd rather hear like the instrumental album for this than with lyrics.
Man, maybe I'm just a spoken word motherfucker. I just appreciate this album. But I do have some issues with this album too, which I'll
But
get into.
the people that love spoken word are gonna appreciate it.
Shit. Swoon unit. I'm still stuck on that shit. Oh my goodness. Okay. But yeah, this song was pretty dope. You know, nice way to end off the album and shit. Very well rounded way.
Yep.
Yeah. So what you think about this song?
I like the beat.
I knew you were gonna say that. I
I
knew
like the beat.
it. All right. So overall, this album is a very interesting album, to be real. I feel like they were very influenced by the native tongues, which pretty much was like the more influential sound of East Coast hip hop and stuff like that at the time. You know what I'm saying? Lyrically, this is not the kind of album you would listen to and automatically get. I've heard this album for years, and some of these songs I'm just not understanding what they meant and stuff like that. Because I recently just picked up this album too. You know what I'm saying? This was very this was very spoken word, very poetic, very how can I put this? How can I put this? You don't need a
You know,
thesaurus. You're gonna need a thesaurus when you're gonna listen to this album.
uh,
And stuff like that.
and who wants to go through all that?
Huh?
Who wants to go through all of that when they hear an album? It's like
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, these people always try to act all intellectuals when they listen to a Kendrick album and some shit like that too. And that's no shit about Kendrick. I love Kendrick and shit. But yeah, one motherfucker listen to a Kendrick album, they think they fucking Yusef Muhammad or whatever and some shit.
Did you need a dictionary to understand that what he was saying about Drake or Not Like Us? I didn't need no dictionary
No,
for that.
no, I'm not saying me because I'm a smart motherfucker, but I'm just saying the general public, if they listen to the album like To Pimp a Butterfly and stuff like that, motherfuckers ain't gonna always know about that album. Hmm. But
Oh, man.
I'm gonna give this album a 4 out of 5. It's very dope.
I'm gonna tell you, like, see, I was a freshman in high school when this came out, but I was like, what I was listening to in my Discman at that time was not this album. You know what I'm saying? When you had so many artists that came out in '93, Jasmine Taz for one. I think Guru had a great
Ooh,
album with the actual jazz legends on that album, and you understood what he was saying when he did "Lounging," when he
yeah,
did "Trust Me," songs like that. You know what I'm saying? We knew what he was talking about. He didn't do no spoken word shit that we had to look up. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, how can I fit this album in my rotation when I got joints like 36 Chambers and Midnight Marauders and Doggy Style and Crisscross, and you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I think that's why I
You
didn't play it a
said,
lot
you
because
said crisscross.
the
So you would
bomb
rather
came out in
listen to Chris?
'93. The bomb came out in '93.
Oh, you would rather listen to that album over this?
Bro, I'm telling you how I felt at
Hey,
14, 15. This
hey,
is not an album I was playing a lot.
hey.
Because the spoken word shit or whatever they were doing, it just wasn't. I wasn't feeling it. The production is great. Like it reminded me of like Native Tongues and when Daylight. See, at a point even with Daylight was abstract and they had to switch up. By the time Snake and Talk came out, they didn't sound like how they did on Three Feet Down Rising. They had to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like then people really started to understand what the fuck True Goy and Pops was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I think Digable Planets don't have a Things Fall Apart album in their discography. You know what I'm saying? Like the roots for that album, they made that album. It was just about beats and rhymes, and it made it accessible to mainstream, and that's why it did so well. That's why they got a Grammy for that album. Digable Planets don't have a Things Fall Apart album. That's an album that they needed in their discography. You know what I'm saying? So people could really enjoy their music and be like, yo, oh, so now I really understand what this group is about and where they're coming from. When you hear that album for any day from this is from '93, you hear this album now. If there's a 14 or 15-year-old listening to this album now in 2025, they're gonna say the same shit that I did in '93. What the fuck are they talking about? What is this? You know
Swoon
what I'm saying?
unit.
What is this? What is a phone unit? And we didn't have the internet back then. And now it's like if you gotta like listen to this album and then look up what the hell they were talking about. Sometimes people just want to like listen to the album and just enjoy themselves without looking up what butterfly meant with this, and you know what I mean. It was just really abstract lyrically, but production wise, I love it. I think production wise, you had the boom bap jazz rap that was so popular at that time and still is, and they had their big one hit. Okay, a lot of people know that song because it just crossed over into mainstream. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Like they got some joints on here. Like I love where I'm from. I feel like the remix should have been on here. Nickel Bags was dope. Now see, Nickel Bags for us was a bag of weed back then. I don't know. Like you said, like they referenced the music as a drug. Whatever. It would have been nice if they actually said that in the song. You know what I mean? I like It's So Good to Be Here. The first track, that was dope. I'm giving it 3 mics though, because it's not I mean for nostalgic purposes, it's an album that I would have in my collection because growing up in the '90s in New York and I remember when it came out. But I'm gonna tell you, it's not an album that I'm gonna play often. You know what I'm saying? It would just be for nostalgic memories because it's just not lyrically. I didn't gravitate to their style of rap. You know what I'm saying? And you had so many great albums like Return to Boom Bap, KRS One, a classic album. That was the hip hop we was bumping in '93. It's not too many people, even that I that I was around in '93 that was bumping this album. You
Right.
have to be like a real hip hop head to appreciate this album. And there's people that love it, but I'm not one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the production, but lyrically, I don't. It's not for me.
Dartmouth said, use have to picture use as an insect, then it makes sense.
I don't even understand what he's saying. So
He said you
you
have to
know,
picture yourself as an insect.
yeah, but I don't. So you know, uh, they had to come with. I think the second album was better. It was more clearer for them
I
compared to
agree.
this one. You know what I'm saying? And they have to get away from the app because it's like if you get too abstract and you're being promoted with the song that hit mainstream, it's like you're gonna have to the record label gonna force you to switch up. They're gonna be like, yo, y'all came too abstract on this first album, and now that you got a Grammy for your one hit, you got to switch it up for the second album. I think that's what they did with the second album.
Hmm. So somebody made an interesting point. But blended on reality was to balloon mind state what reaching was to low in theory. Like, they try to make their own versions of it.
I don't understand how what's the comparison?
Because balloon mind state. I feel I feel like as abstract as that was, you know what I'm saying? They were trying to Fuji's were trying to go for that more. We're just gonna rap, just to rap and stuff like that. We ain't gonna make sense with our music and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? People always get the misconception of balloon mind state. People always get the misconception about balloon mind states and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Talk about, oh, they were just weird. I was like, they were actually talking about. It was like a precursor lyrically to Stakes is High. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, because I feel like lyrically, from 3 Feet High and Rising to Stakes is High, is a progression. Because
Right.
people always think 3 Feet High and Rising is this happy dappy, lovable album. Not
Yeah, but
really.
I mean, we didn't always understand what like when Della had a song called "A Roller Skating Jam Them Saturdays." We get it. That was a party jam. When you listen to the rest of that album, what are they saying on that album? Oodles of O's. What is that? That was like a cereal to us. You know
Hell,
what I'm saying?
that's the same album with Millie pulled a pistol on Santa.
Right.
One of my favorite De La songs ever. Um, Past the Plugs, Afro Connections at the High Five, Ring Ring Ring, Ha Ha Hey. Hell,
Uh,
Keeping the Faith. They were talking about gold diggers on that track. Come on, man. Don't fuck with
yeah,
me.
but when you hear Stakes is High, it's more clearer with what they're saying. When you hear the business with Common, it's more clearer about what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when you hear the joint they did with Johnny on there, we understand what they're talking about and what the topic is. They didn't do that on the other. If they did that, it was more subliminal. It's like people got to decipher what you're talking about for your first three albums. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was
Yeah.
clear, like what when that album came out, what they were talking about, and they had to switch it up. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
And Digable, when they got to their second album, they had to switch it up because it was like, yo, I'm pretty sure the record label told them like, yo, your shit was too subliminal and abstract on the first album. And we want another hit record from you all, and y'all got to make it more accessible to mainstream so these people can understand what the hell it is that you're talking about.
Yeah. Understandable. But yeah, you say you give this 3 stars?
Yeah.
Damn, man.
It's not even one of my favorites in '93. Like, I think there were better albums than this.
Oh yeah. This is not even in my top 20. Well, yeah, top 20, but top 10, nah, nah. But yeah, this is actually a dope record. We be I want to do I want I'm gonna text you because I don't trust motherfuckers because I always want to get your I always want to get your opinion on this album and stuff like that too.
I think I was better off just buying the single with this back then than just instead of the album. But I love the production. Like yo, like I said, like I would bump this album with all the beats. I think all the beats were fire.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? It's the problem is lyrically for me. It just was like it's just too abstract.
And that was my problem with the album at first, because I heard Blowout. I heard Blowout Comb first.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I love that one joint with Guru, and I don't
Right,
know. I just the album cover with the Blowout Comb was
right.
just so fucking ill. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I was just like, and that was back in time when I had the Afro pick at that time and shit. I still
Hmm.
have it for collector's purposes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was just a very dope record. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like that when I heard this album, it literally from first listen I loved it and
right.
shit like to you know what I'm saying like from Four Corners to Bobo Check, you know what I'm saying to what's that one joint with that? Hey, da 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 da, and of
Yeah.
course Black Ego. Oh my god! I was every time I listen to that album, I always get so mad that that was their last album. I always get so fucking mad. I'm just like, y'all can came out with at least two more albums,
I
please.
said if they had the Roots do their third album and they gave us like their own Things Fall Apart, that would have been their best album.
Mm, you think? Okay, I feel you. I may answer like a few more people. 'Cause I'm getting tired. Which album can you say is better than Digable Planets in your opinion? In
Anything from
terms of that,
'92.
in terms of like that style, or just in terms of that sound? If you ask me,
Any
because
any album in '93, any rap album in '93 to me was better than this from either coast.
I don't know. '93 was a tough year for hip hop.
From either coast. There's a lot of great albums from that year.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Black Sunday, I love Black Sunday, classic. I think that's a better album than this. You know, Jasmine Taz, here come the Lords, back the fuck up. So many. 1993. You know,
Sorry about that. But yeah, man. I definitely see your point and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand what that means. And if you got to crawl on your floor and act like you're an insect while listening to this album, then something is wrong. The listener should be able to not do crazy shit like that and understand what they're saying.
I don't really think they were actually trying to picture themselves as bugs when they were doing this album, but to each his own.
That's some serious cocaine he was on. But I wasn't doing that.
Oh shit. Okay, y'all
What's my
funny, man.
favorite insect? I don't have a favorite insect.
Oh, what's up with these nigga? And
I don't.
you know,
I'm pretty sure you're gonna tell us how in your retarded ass voice. I don't have a favorite insect.
oh Jesus Christ. Mm-mm-mm. All right, let me see if I missed anybody else before y'all start asking me more about questions. Favorite song off this album? I my top three: Rebirth of Slip, um, Where I'm From, and La Famille Fatale. That was the worst French voice of it. It's bad. It's bad enough they want the Statue of Liberty. They don't need me fucking up how they talk.
Two of those albums, Sam, both of them are better than this album. And in the stage is better than this album. Men I'm Rogers is better than this album.
That I agree with you
And
about.
and both of them are like jazz boom bap. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought it was better. Lyrically they were better. Buggy Style, a 5 Mic Classic, that's a better album.
Mm. Damn, I got yo try. I got a lot of Pikachu cards. Yo, what the fuck?
Wow.
Let me stop. I would have to go with Midnight Marauders over Into the Stage, just by a slight margin.
I love both of those albums, man. And then the stage, like the joints on there, Slave, Act Like You Want It, Don't Front.
Yeah, definitely,
Your favorite unreleased quick joint. I like the song he did for Pac, the last night joint.
definitely.
The least favorite Digable member. I don't have a least favorite. I wasn't a huge fan of, like, I listened to both the albums, but I wasn't like, I didn't have a favorite in the group.
Yeah, I feel like all the members was equally important to the style and creation of the group. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts.
I do feel like Ladybug needs to be mentioned more when it comes to like females in rap. They
I
don't mention
agree.
her. They don't mention her at all.
I agree.
You know,
I'm gonna answer this last person from Sam. Who got the props or buck 'em down? Oh, who got the props, nigga?
who got the props? See, if you said "Buck 'Em Down" remix, I would have took the remix over. But
Same. Buck 'em down, buck 'em
yes,
down, buck 'em down, buck down. That remix, man, was
yeah,
so ill, so smooth.
yeah,
One of the best usages of that sample too.
yeah.
All right, all right, man. I'm gonna end this off right here and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty very, very, very dope review we done on this album and everything like that too. So pretty much Wednesday, we still gonna be on our West Coast Wednesdays and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that fool John Dixon, real motherfucker. Gonna do at your own risk, King T. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to talk about this one. Very hard to come by too. You know what I'm saying? Friday, we're gonna smooth it out with our R&B. We're gonna do Chico DeBarge with Long Time No See. You know what I'm saying? And then Saturday we got the Battle of the Bank with Kanye and everything like that too. Which can't wait for that shit. Can't wait for that shit. Can't wait for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And in case you guys are just tuning in, we were just talking about Digable Plants with the Reachin album and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? I want to say that album's out of print. Let me just double check. Hold on. Let me check. Oh no, they re-released it.
Okay.
Okay, they released it on vinyl. So 2021 they re-released it on vinyl and shit. So y'all go check that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So anything you want to say before we head out?
We might go live this week. Uh, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you. That I feel you. Yeah, and you know if you go live, I'm always gonna support your ass and shit. So you already know how that goes. But other than that, hope you guys have a good day. I'll see y'all motherfuckers Wednesday. Appreciate this try. Peace.